Welcome everyone to the Junior School Carol Concert. We're delighted that the concert can go ahead this year. All over school, pupils and teachers have been working hard to make today happen.
Our theme this year is peace. Children have been invited to produce their own readings about what peace means to them. Each person has described peace in a unique way and how it relates to them, their faith, and how they bring peace to their life.
We would like to thank Mrs. Kavalich for organising all of the choirs and music. Also, a big thank you to Mr. Crossland for organising the evening.
We hope you enjoy our carol concert.
Peace is written in the dictionary as freedom from disturbance, tranquility, or a state of security or order within a community, provided for by law or custom. Freedom from war and violence, especially when people live and work together happily without disagreements. But I think it's a lot more. Sometimes we might disagree, but with consultation, discussion, and a vote, we can create peace. War is a demonstration of greed. War happens when we fight over materials, valuable ones like a deposit rich in gold or a great oil source. It also happens over a dislike of people or jealousy between leaders of countries. We, as humanity, can make a change in this easily by getting rid of borders placed between countries. We share our resources with everyone and work together. Governments and leaders of every culture, religion and background can come together and work together. Peace is about us working towards a common goal, which is to improve the lives of everyone in the world.
Peace is a period of time without any fights, conflicts, or wars. In a more extensive term, peacefulness can mean a state of harmony, quiet, or calm, which is no disturbances by any means at all. Peace is like a tranquil pond with no ripples whatsoever. Peace is significant anywhere, in communities, countries, even our school, because it is one of the stepping stones of every community, every nation, and the world. Along with peace comes unity, positive thinking, thoughts, and collaboration with the ordinary good people of our community.
What does peace mean to me? Peace means no disturbance. Peace means living with freedom. Peace means living in a world with no wars or conflict. Peace means working together to make this world a better place. I believe everyone should be able to live in a world full of peace. Please stand for our congregational carol.
What is peace? Why is it important? I believe peace brings harmony. Harmony is being kind and keeping our world together. This can be represented by friendship and is the opposite of hostility and violence. Even dinners with your family can create peace. It is a state or period which there is no fighting and can be a time to discuss disagreements peacefully. Peace can be on a global scale. If we improve peace in the world, we can be a stronger and healthier world.
Even though we were in tough times due to the pandemic, there have been many magical examples of when we, as a community, came together to help each other.
You can't see it, touch it, smell it, or hear it. You just feel it. Peace. A white dove has been a symbol of peace ever since Noah's Ark. After the flood, it brought back an olive tree branch, showing that there was land nearby. The dove symbolises love and forgiveness. Lack of peace can mean loss of happiness. Wars between countries are very real, but often are caused by the smallest of problems. Conflict in the world is usually because of power, greed, land, and differences of opinion. Peace for me would be no conflict between other countries and an end to any racism, discrimination, or prejudice. I think that is peace. Everyone has their own idea or thought about peace, though. It may be peace and quiet, like when you trek a beautiful walk in the countryside with no city noises around you. Or it could mean peace and calm, where there would be no wars and everyone would get along. Peace is really important as it gives us unity and harmony for all. Our Year 5 and 6 choir will now perform.
What do we think? All of the conflicts going on in the world? Wars? I want to talk about peace because I often feel like the real meaning of it is overlooked. Peace doesn't have to be about the world working together or giant wars needing to be stopped. And I would like to prove that to you in a little story that I came across. There once lived a king who announced a competition to prize the artist that would paint the best picture depicting peace. Many great painters sent the king several of their best art pieces. One of the pictures was of a calm lake below perfect snow-capped mountains. Overhead was a blue sky with fluffy clouds. The picture was perfect. Most of the people who viewed them thought it was the best among all. But when the king announced the winner, everyone was shocked. The picture which won had mountains too, but it was rugged and bare. The sky looked very angry, and there was lightning. This did not look peaceful at all. It looked like the artist had accidentally submitted their painting depicting a storm rather than peace. But if anyone looked closely at the painting, they could see a tiny bush growing in the cracks of the rock. In the bush, a mother bird had built her nest. In the midst of the angry sky, the bird sat on her nest with peace. I learned that peace doesn't mean to be somewhere with no noise or trouble. Peace means to be anywhere and still be calm in the heart.
Peace. Peace is when you're not so focused on your homework, but how your mood is. Peace can be when you take your dog for a walk, or spend time with nature, or your family. Peace to me is when you're not stressed and when you are quiet and calm. Peace is important to me because if we are stressed, we take a few moments to think of special moments in our life and try to be optimistic. Peace plays such an important role in our lives.
Peace means being calm and quiet. Peace is mindfulness. It can relax your mind. Peace is your friendship. Peace is sharing your love. Peace is a song that can brighten up your day. Peace is a rose flowering, and the beauty is shared with everyone. Peace feels like snowflakes falling all over me. Peace looks like a star shining upon me. Peace smells like perfume and fresh flowers. Peace means no war or violence. The world should be a great place for people to be happy, kind, and generous to each other. Peace begins with respect. Peace begins with helping others and caring for them. Peace begins with loving others. Peace begins with me. Are we a 3 and 4 choir will now perform? Peace be still, 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 on this night, heaven's light. Peace, alleluia, peace, alleluia, praise God, healer of man, peace again, peace. we should respect and cherish. It holds the world together and prevents conflict. Without peace, the world will go through more wars, and people will start to lose hope for the future. Peace can be achieved by agreement and tolerance. Peace is the dove gliding in the sky.
What does peace mean to you? Does it mean being calm in yourself? Does it mean having someone to love and cherish? Is it how you feel after a well-rested sleep? Or when reading an exciting book? Is it when making new friends? Or knowing you are one of a kind? Is it when your wishes come true? Or when you forgive others? Here is what peace means to me. Peace is accepting people who are different to me. Peace is showing respect. Peace is when I appreciate family gatherings around our dinner table with the people I love. Peace is caring for someone who needs a hug. And finally, peace is showing kindness to my friends. Peace is love.
How peace is made from love. The message of peace is important in all different religions, but I'm going to talk about my religion, Christianity. I'm going to share the story of the Good Samaritan from the Bible and what it teaches us about peace. A Jew was beaten and robbed by two men who left him lying and hurt on the ground. A priest came by, but didn't care enough to help the man, and passed on by on the other side of the road. Later, a man who worked at the temple walked by. He looked at the wounded man but hurried away. Then a Samaritan rode by. The Samaritan people had always hated the Jews, but this Samaritan felt sorry for the injured man. He decided to tend to his wounds and pay for him to recover at an inn. Jesus told us this story so that we would understand the importance of being kind to everyone and not just those in our religion or family. The story of the Good Samaritan teaches us that if we love everybody and put aside hatred, there will be peace in the world. Please stand for our congregational prayer.
Peace is defined as freedom from disturbance and tranquility. The Sikh religion is based upon finding this inner peace through living honestly, working hard, and doing seva, selfless service for those less fortunate. Guru Nanak, the founder of the Sikh religion, brought peace to those who believed in him. He showed his followers how to develop inner strength and identity during very difficult times following the invasion of India by the Mongol Emperor Babur. Guru Nanak, through his peaceful and holy ways, led the emperor to bow before him and seek forgiveness. Sukh Mani. Sukh means peace and Mani means mind. Joined together is the prayer of peace. This beautiful prayer was given to the world by Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the fifth Sikh Guru. The recital of this prayer with love and devotion will surely show you the path of peace and tranquility.
About 500 years ago, Guru Nanak, The founder of the Sikh religion declared that there is no difference between all human beings. Everyone is of equal status without the discrimination of gender, caste, creed, race, or class. He outlined 3 main principles for us to follow. Number 1, earn an honest living. Number 2, share with others. And number 3, remember God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that by practicing these 3 principles, our bad traits of greed, anger, and ego would fade away, and they would be replaced by truth, compassion, humility, and love. I believe that if we can practice these 3 principles in our daily lives, it will help us to live in peace and harmony around the world. Mother Teresa said, if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other.
The concept of peace in my faith. The word Islam means peace and submission. Islam attaches great importance to peace. Muslims greet each other by saying, Assalamu alaikum, meaning, peace be upon you. Like the followers of other faiths, Muslims believe in seeking a just and peaceful world. Concepts of peace are at the core of the Islamic teachings. The Quran teaches Muslims to approach others with peace. The Prophet Muhammad taught that maintaining peace and good relations is very important. He said, do you know what is better than charity and fasting and prayer? It is keeping peace and good relations between people. Islam is a religion of peace in the fullest sense of the word. The verses of the Quran and the teachings and the sayings of Prophet Muhammad are based on peace and kindness. Peace opens doors to all kinds of opportunities that are present in any given situation. It is only a peaceful discussion that progress is possible. Every teaching of Islam is based on the principles of peace and avoidance. A Muslim should understand the importance of peace given in Islam and base actions upon this so that peace will prevail in the world. Our chamber choir will now perform the Peace Carol. Thank you.
But what child is this that was poverty born? The peace of Christmas Day. The branch that bears the bright holly, the dove that rests in yonder tree, the light that shines for all to see, the peace of Christmas Day. Turn to of being calm and still, the life of being free to do what you want. That is what peace means to me. Peace is a vital part for me and my family. This is because if there was no peace, we would most likely become stressed out and squabble. We do have a few disagreements, but apart from that, the rest of the time, home is a calm place. We live in a world where there is a lot of conflict. Sometimes wars occur, and sadly, the end result is loss of life and no peaceful solution for either side. We also see protests for climate change and the Black Lives Matter. Thankfully, those protests are peaceful, and through peaceful protests and discussion, we are starting to see positive changes for humanity.
Why choose peace? Imagine a world without peace, a full world of hatred, chaos, and conflict. The world wouldn't survive a day. This is why peace is so important and why you should bring as much peace to the world as you can. Mother Teresa said peace is beautiful. Peace has many definitions, but these are the ones that mean the most to me. Thank you.
I hope you enjoy my acrostic poem on the theme of peace. Peace contributes to the reduction of wars, conflict, and violence. Every day you can experience a moment of calmness and live in harmony, allowing you to relax as if you are a bubble floating in midair. Carrying around lots of worries, peace helps you to move on with life without these playing on your mind. Embracing meditation is a benefit if you ever find yourself upset or anxious.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day. They're all familiar carols play, and what a sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Hear them ring, and in the sky the dawn. There is no darkness on earth, I say. For hate is strong and makes the sound of peace, kingdom, goodwill, and ring. Peace on the angels said, peace, peace, peace on earth, peace on earth. The angels said, peace, peace, peace on earth. And singing on its journey, the world revolves from night to day. Our voice a chime of peace and love, goodwill for of peace on earth, goodwill to of peace on earth, goodwill to
When we think of peace, everybody's meaning is different. Most people want the world to be in peace and harmony, but is it actually possible? If even 99.9% of our world finds their inner peace, that 0.1% will still have not. We can't force anyone to obtain peace. It can only be achieved by understanding it. Peace can hold many meanings. Some people can discover peace from a quiet, tranquil place, others in quite chaotic surroundings. However, it is never restricted. My understanding of peace is a safe place where at any time you can feel comfortable.
A Buddhist perspective on peace. In the Buddha's search for the cause of suffering and the path to everlasting joy, he looked far beyond our world. In his meditation, he saw how everything, from the smallest speck of dust to the flaming red sun, was linked together and changing repetitively in a cycle, growing, decaying, and growing again. When one life ends, another begins. But in each life, our actions are constantly affecting our suffering and other people's suffering. From the smallest flea to the richest king, they chase after pleasure, only to end up with misery. The more we can look for material things, the more our hearts fill with greed and hatred. But the more we can control our minds, the more peace we will have inside us. It is hard to find peace when a sibling annoys you or has destroyed something you have made. It is hard in a sport when decisions go against you. It is hard when you have planned the perfect day, only for it to be ruined by weather. We must understand there are many things we can never control. If we remove the anger, our hearts will fill with love. This love for yourself will bring you inner peace. Start with yourself. If you can grasp peace, you'll be kind and calm. This will affect others around you positively and spread peace to all. With inner peace in your heart, you'll be at peace with the soul of the universe.
The Iliad was written by Homer more than 2,500 years ago. Even though it is about a war, there are many reflections about peace. It's amazing to think that more than 2,000 years ago, we knew that we wanted peace. But then, if you skip forward 2 millennia to 2020, we have presidents wanting to build a wall to separate people. In my religion, Buddhism, one of the main subjects is peace and calm. My family, over the years, has told me a lot about peace, and today I would like to share that with you. To start, I'm going to pose a question. If everybody wants peace, then why haven't we achieved it yet? In my personal opinion, the answer is greed or wanting more. Sadly, it is engraved in human nature. In Buddhism, greed is one of the 3 toxins of the human mind. My personal outlook on peace is quite hopeful despite the negative things I have said. Achieving full peace isn't easy, but it is achievable. To start, we can begin by respecting each other's opinions, being smart and caring about what you say or do, and continuing to put an effort in making the world better, one step at a time. Please stand for our congregational carol.
Thank you.
The Bible says people who work for peace are happier. Matthew chapter 5, verses 6 to 8. Jesus also says we will be happier if we care for others. John chapter 15, verses 11 to 12. I would like to share an old fable which I feel explains how peace can be achieved. Once upon a time, there were two mules. They were tied together in the farmyard, and they were very hungry. The farmer left 2 boxes of food in the yard for them, one for the first mule and one for the second mule. Each mule saw that the food had been left, but they were still tied together. They each tried to reach their food, but they couldn't. They were just as strong as each other, so however hard they pulled on their rope, they would never get to their food. Feeling tired and out of breath, they sat down next to each other, even hungrier than before. Then the mules started to talk to each other, and they came up with an idea that would help them both get their food. They went together to the first mule's food and shared it, never pulling on the rope. Once that food was gone, they went to the other mule's food and shared all of that. They both got enough food and sat down happily. They had found a win-win solution. What can this story teach us? Conflicts, fights, arguments are constantly occurring as us humans try to share the world. We all sometimes wonder about why we fall out with our siblings, like I fall out with my big brother, with friends in school or in the playground. I think these occasions are actually opportunities to learn how to resolve problems and become friends again, to work peacefully for a better future, just like the mules in the story. I would like to end with a short prayer. Dear God, thank you for giving us the ability to make others around us feel better and help us play parts in encouraging peace in the world.
Peace is a smile, a laugh, a friend who lifts your spirits up. Peace is like freedom, like a bird flying in a long summer day sky with freedom to go anywhere. Peace isn't just quietness, it's a feeling. When your soul finds peace, your hurt, your anger has all been released. Peace could be happiness. We have all had peace in our hearts, but in a world full of noise, sometimes it is hard to find peace. It isn't what you have, or who you are, where you are, or what you are doing, it's what makes you happy.
Peace, the white dove, harmony in the world. Peace is a state of mutual harmony between people or groups, often signified by the dove. The use of a dove as a symbol of peace originated with early Christians who portrayed baptism accompanied by a dove, and has also become a secular peace symbol popularised by the famous dove artwork by Pablo Picasso. Originally, the dove represented the personal experiences of peace, peace of the mind and soul. Early Christianity compares the dove to the Spirit of God that descends on Jesus during his baptism. Over time, it had also come to represent social and political peace, peace of the nations. From the 3rd century onwards, it has also been associated with depictions of peace following conflict or trouble. In particular, the Bible story of Noah's Ark includes the dove that is sent out from the ark and returned to the olive branch. This symbolises the peace of God sent out from heaven and the end of the terrible flood. Today we still strive for peace and peace for the world. I hope that in the future there will be no more wars and there will be peace. Firstly, we would like to say thank you for coming to watch the carol concert.
We would like to say thank you to everybody who has contributed and a very big thank you for attending.
We hope you enjoyed the performance. As you leave, there will be a small collection for charity.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.